Hello, I am Hyder and I am not an AI. The Amazon rainforest covers over 5.5 million square kilometers, extending across Brazil, Peru, Colombia, Bolivia, Venezuela, Ecuador, Guyana, Suriname, and French Guiana. Brazil contains around 60% of this biome. The region lies on the equator, producing a hot, humid climate. Average temperatures range from 26 to 28 degrees Celsius, humidity often surpasses 80%, and rainfall reaches up to 3,000 millimeters annually. The combination of intense evapotranspiration and heavy rains generates flying rivers, streams of moisture carried by air currents that influence rainfall far beyond the basin itself. The Amazon River, nearly 7,000 kilometers long, is the largest in the world by discharge, emptying over 200,000 cubic meters of water per second into the Atlantic. Its more than 1,000 tributaries, including the Rio Negro, Madeira, and Tapajós, form a vast network of aquatic environments. Floodplains, lakes, and seasonally flooded forests create complex ecosystems. The vegetation is dense and layered. Towering emergent trees rise 70 meters above a continuous canopy that blocks most sunlight. Below it lies the understory, dark and humid, and finally the forest floor, where soils are poor in nutrients and decomposing organic matter is rapidly recycled. Biodiversity in the Amazon is extraordinary. Scientists estimate 40,000 plant species, more than 2 million insects, 2,200 fish, 1,300 birds, 430 mammals, nearly 400 reptiles, and over 400 amphibians. Iconic creatures include jaguars, harpy eagles, pink river dolphins, giant otters, anacondas, piranhas, poison dart frogs, and the massive arapaima fish. In a single hectare, more tree species can be found than across all of Europe. Many organisms remain undiscovered, making the region a vast genetic reservoir. The forest is also home to about 30 million people. Among them are more than 350 indigenous groups, speaking close to 180 languages, along with riverine communities, descendants of Africans, and mixed groups such as caboclos. Some indigenous peoples live in voluntary isolation. For centuries, inhabitants have relied on the forest for food, medicine, and cultural identity. Traditional knowledge about plants and ecosystems is essential to both survival and scientific research. Historically, Europeans exploited natural products called drogas do sertão, and later rubber. During the 19th century rubber boom, Manaus and Belém flourished, but prosperity collapsed once rubber trees were cultivated in Asia. The 20th century brought highways, hydroelectric dams, and mining, reshaping the landscape and accelerating deforestation. The Amazon plays a fundamental role in global ecology. It is often called the lungs of the world because it produces about 20% of atmospheric oxygen, though its most crucial function is as a massive carbon sink. By absorbing enormous amounts of carbon dioxide, it helps regulate climate worldwide. It also drives rainfall patterns across South America, stabilizes soils, and maintains countless habitats. Yet threats are severe. Deforestation for cattle ranching, soybean farming, illegal logging, and mining has destroyed around 20% of the original forest. Fires, frequently intentional, worsen degradation. Climate change adds further stress, raising fears that if deforestation passes 25%, the rainforest could reach a tipping point and shift into savanna. Efforts to protect the Amazon include creation of national parks, indigenous territories, and extractive reserves. Brazil's Amazon Fund, supported by international donors, finances sustainable projects. Environmental organizations such as WWF and Greenpeace promote conservation, while ecotourism and the bioeconomy, based on products like acai, Brazil nuts, and medicinal oils, offer alternatives to destructive industries. At the same time, cultural symbols and curiosities enrich the region. Bioluminescent fungi that glow in the dark, the Victoria amazonica giant water lily, and the Amazonian manatee, the only freshwater herbivorous aquatic mammal. For many indigenous groups, the forest is sacred, inhabited by spiritual beings. Bye-bye, see you, Hyder is goat.